Hello, all. So, I have some decimal system work here laid out on two mats. They're actually set up for a work that we call formation of numbers. And I toyed around with the idea of showing you this work, but honestly, not a lot of people would be able to purchase all these materials. So I'm going to give you the rundown, the overview, the general thought, and ideas and concepts that we show the children, how we show them. And then I'll let you as a parent decide where your child is and what you can do at home. Because I can't recommend parents buy these things and then not know what to do with them. So I do want to kind of go over them. So we first introduce the child to just the terminology. This is a unit, a 10, 100, 1,000. And we do it in the way of a 3-period lesson. You can check out the other video on the language cards on how to do a 3-period lesson. When your child knows these, you can play games with them where you can set up 9 units in a bowl on the kitchen table. You can set up 9 tens over on the coffee table. You can set up 9 hundreds over on the shelf or the end table. And you can set up 9 thousands on the couch. And then with a tray, your child will fetch various quantities that you send them to go get. Please go get 5 hundreds. They go over to the end table and they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundreds in their tray and they come back to you. And that game is just one of the most fun games there are. Then you can introduce what these beads look like with symbols. So, what's that? A unit. Well, guess what? This is a unit. What's that? A 10. And this is a 10. What's that? 100. This is 100. And what's this? 1,000. This is 1,000. Then with just these 4, you do a 3-period lesson. Give me the 1,000. Touch the unit. Count to the zeros in 100. Can you put 10 on your head? And then you ask, what's this? What's this? What's this? And they can do the same thing with these. They can fetch. So all the units go onto a little mat, a welcome mat by the kitchen door. All the 10s go on the coffee table. All the 100s go on the couch. All the 1,000s go on the bed. And then you say, okay, sweetheart, please go get 4 thousands. They go and they fetch 4 thousands. They might bring all these, the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and you could just tell them, oh, you could just bring this one, 4,000. Please go get 5 tens. They go over to the coffee table and get 5 tens. Please go get 9 units. They go over to the welcome mat by the kitchen door and they get your 9 units for you. So they do lots of fetching and making sure they know what these are called. Then the formation of numbers, where we set it up in order. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, all the way to 9 units. 1, 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, all the way to 9 tens. All the 900s and the 1,000. And then we do the same for these. We lay them out in order. And this is the first time that the child sees these beads and symbols in order. And on a tray, you grab some beads, doesn't matter, put it on their tray, and you let them know you have 200, 2 tens, and 1 unit. Go over to this mat, which is somewhere really far away. You want these 2 mats to be separate. You say, go find them. So the child will grab 2 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 unit. Then the child will get to see you form the number 221. Wasn't Maria Montessori brilliant? And you play that game over and over again, where you put the bead on their tray and they go get the symbol that matches that quantity. And then when they're really good at that, you put the symbol on their tray. So you put, oh, this shouldn't be here. We only have 1,000. You put this symbol on their tray. Okay, go get that quantity, and they'll go get 1,708 tens. And they're learning to read these numbers. 1,780. 80 is another way we can say 8 tens. So this will help the child to not only understanding and getting the idea of quantity and categories of numbers, but there are other games that we play. For instance, we have this mat set up, not this one, and we go to the bank and get a big bunch of beads, thousands, hundreds, tens, lots of units. And then we ask the question, well, I wonder how much is in here. And then we begin counting with the units. And when we get to 10 units, we stop. Wait, 10 units, what does that look like? A bar of 10. Let's exchange that at our store. This game we call the change game. Once you finish counting your units and you have only, let's say, 5 left, you go and retrieve the 5, bring it to your mat. And you keep counting. So when you count all those tens, you get to 10 tens, that would exchange to 1,000, and so on. You count the hundreds. If you have more than 9 hundreds, you're into the next category, and that's where you make exchanges, until you're finally done counting up all the categories. And then you have your number. That was the number that we had on our tray. Yay! Let's play it again. Changing is lots of fun. And then after that, they're ready to start doing the 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I'll let you Google those, how to do those, because that requires just a whole nother setup. But it does involve these sets of cards, just smaller, that would comprise of the addends if you're doing addition, or the subtrahend if you're doing subtraction, or the multiplicand if you're doing multiplication, and even the quotient or the difference. So I think that is all that I have to talk about for the decimal system. I would Google addition, subtraction, multiplication, division with the Golda B material. And that way you can see the layout for that work. I hope this helped. Thank you.